we are using the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate Foundation. One little pump on the back of my hand. That's a bit of a mess, isn't it? Just the two parts that need brightening. The forehead lines we've already had a discussion about. Bear with me. Aha! A little. Peony petal. As a tad too much, but right, enough talking. Let's get straight into the 39L Hit the Lights palette by Morphe. Okay, firstly, packaging sublime. I love this kind of reflective packaging. It is beautiful. Then we get into the downside, which is very evident as soon as you open the palette. This, I am going to need to put this down because this gets me quite heated. So the first problem I have with this is that I am a creator on YouTube. I need to tell the people who are watching, hi, hello, what shade I'm using. This is not helpful in the slightest. I can't put this down on the side, look at that while looking at the palette, like adhering it to the eye. It's just a mess. I really wish companies would just use this as a protector for travel so that you can take it out and recycle it, get rid of it, dispose of it, however you want to get rid of it when the palette is with you. Or if you are going to be traveling with it, you would keep it. Like, I don't mind, but personally this really annoys me. Just put your name of the shade on the palette next to the eyeshadow. It would just cut out a whole massive middleman for me. It will make creators' lives a lot easier. And I think Morphe is quite an influencer / creator brand anyway. They want this to go onto socials. They want it to be talked about. So just make it a little bit easier for the people who are using the palette in a creative space. That is my 2 cents. That's all I'm going to say. Let's start applying some eyeshadow. God damn. Okay, before we apply any eyeshadow, I need to give it a nice tacky base to work with. So I will use the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in the shade Painterly. This is a cult favorite and it really does work. It makes the longevity of my shadows go a lot further, and it also gets the color payoff a little bit more vibrant, which is what we're all looking for in an eyeshadow palette. Let's grab the Bedelium Tools 937 brush. It's just a flat concealer brush. We will just pop this over the eye and I'll be right back. Okay, paint pot applied to the lids. Now let's look at what we're going to do with the eyeshadows. So, get that plastic out of my way. Let's look at the colours, shall we? Right, first of all, I am drawn to these 2 shades here straight away. I really want to put those on the eye and put it in the look. I think I also want to use one from each palette in this palette. So this one has got 4 palettes. Can you see that on the plastic? This is also what makes it very hard for content creators. Well, not hard, but like, it's just annoying. So you can see there's 4 palettes there, and then the middle row is just Morphe shadows. So this is a palette, this is a palette, this is a palette, this is a palette, and these are just Morphe ones, okay? Let's grab 1 or 2 shades from each palette and see if there is any difference between how they work on the eye. Let's grab a nice fluffy brush to start off with, which is quite concentrated because I do want it just placed on the eye. I don't want it pushed around and just made my eye huge. So let's go into this shade right here. When tapping it, you're not getting a lot of kickback. You are getting the product on the brush, and this one is called My Type. Again, with the looking down at the, it's just annoying. Please, if you ever get an eyeshadow palette from my brand, hopefully, fingers crossed, you will never see shade names on the plastic. It will always be on the palette where it's supposed to be in my eyes. Right, let's tap it onto the lid. Yep, the pigment is there. That's nice. It is a little bit darker than it looks in the palette though, but maybe when we blend it out, it will just get lighter and lighter. Okay, that's nice. I like that. It does give a little bit of dimension to the eye, which is what we're after. Let's now grab this shade up here. We're going to go in with the same brush. This shade is No Regrets. I hope there's no regrets. And we're just going to push it into the crease of the eye as well. Okay, applying the shadows, they are going on really nicely, really smoothly. There's no patchiness that I can see, and the colour pigment is there, which is good. Just going to buff it out a little bit. Not too far though, because we don't want this lid space being taken over by just a couple of colours. We want them to showcase the lot of them. Let's grab this now, this darker red up in the corner. This one is Serve Looks. And we're just going to tuck it into the crease again. Pushing it really in there and just kind of, so I'm looking down, pushing it in between the brow bone and the eye, and then I'm just wiggling it from side to side because this is where I want the product and it should just blend it out quite easily. So now if I close my eye, you can see that the blend has already started to take place, which is good. And those other colours that we have really helped to just make everything look more cohesive. What was that head movement? Okay, that's nice. I like the colour that it's giving me and it is blending out nicely. I'm just going to drag that down to the corner of the eye. Okay, and now let's grab... Ooh, I really want to go in with these three, the blue, the green and the yellow, but I don't know where I'm going to put them. Let's have a look. I don't want the red and the blue to combine to make purple because you know I love a purple look and we need something else stainer. So let's try popping this yellow and blending it in the inner corner here, and then we can loop round to the green and then we can put the blue underneath. Let's try that, shall we? I don't want the red and the blue to combine to make purple because you know I love a purple look and we need something else stainer. So let's grab another brush. Do you think I've got two of the same brush? Yeah, I do. This was the base shadow brush by Real Techniques, and then here's just another clean one. So I'm going to grab the yellow shade here. I'm just going to swirl the brush in. The pigment is there. Look at that. That is gorgeous. We'll tap off a little bit of excess. Gosh, there is a little bit of kickback, but it's a really neon shade, so I'm not surprised. Let's try and tuck this in the innermost portion of the eye and see if we can get it to sit and then to blend out. That's already on the eye. And it is coming out more of a sunflower yellow than this bright neon colour that you're getting in the pan. But I'm sure if we build it up with a couple of layers, it should be all right. I like that though. It's kind of almost sunset on the eye. So we are going to try and blend the two together and get a nice orange gradient in the middle. Okay, now that we've got those two shades on the eye, let's grab one of my favorite brushes of all time, which is the MAC 240S brush. This is a very fluffy, very soft brush, and we can just run this along the edges very, very gently. Hold the brush on the end as well, so that you're not putting a lot of pressure on it, and then just buff this out into the eye. Do you see how that just smoked everything out and made it look really nice and cohesive? And it was with minimal effort as well. That's lovely. It is a bit of a shame about how this colour isn't as neon on the eye as it is with the palette. Let's see if we can just pack that. Okay, if you push it on, it's there. Still a bit strange though. Let's get rid of that fallout with the fluffy brush and then buff on the lid a bit. You see, as soon as you go to blend it out, it just removes the big pop of colour that you were looking for. That's a real shame. Okay, let's go underneath the eye now. We're going to grab this green shade. It is gorgeous in the pan and it picks up on the brush really well. Let's see if we can get it to translate on the eye. It's okay. It's not the greatest green I've ever seen in my life, but it's still doing its job. Okay. Yeah, that is nice. We are going to have to keep packing this colour on though, because when you first put it on, even though I'm using a really dense packed in smudge brush by Real Techniques, it isn't adhering to the eye as vividly as you want it to with only one tap of product. So be wary about that. You are going to have to work with these eyeshadows. Let's see if we can grab the blue shade now. Oh, I'm forgetting about shade names because they're not on the palette. So the yellow one, 2 AM. The green one, Out Late. The blue one, Don't Stop. All nice, but this one has just caught my eye actually. It's got a nice shift to it. It's white, but it's got almost green shift as well. Oh, that's nice. That might be going in the inner corner. We'll have a little look. Okay, let's get the green off the brush. This is why having the B Makeup Brush Cleanser is great, because you can just spritz it a couple of times, wipe it on the towel that you should have on your lap to catch all of the makeup instead of getting it all over your trousers, because I've learned that very quickly. And then give it a nice old wipe. It gets the majority of the pigment out of the brush very quickly, and you just have a little bit left in the center if it's a densely packed brush like this. But as long as you give it the right amount of zhuzh, you can get any color out. It's marvelous. Look at that. The brush is now completely clean. Oh, lovely. Now that the brush is clean, oh, my hair is a bit of a mess, but we'll fix that at the end of the video. We are going to grab the palette again and pop into the blue shade. Oh, that one has a lot of kickback. As soon as you move that, it comes straight off. But anyway, let's go into the eye. I'm just going to go under the lashes and place it. That's why it's got a lot of fallout, because it places on the eye straight away. And we're just gonna zhuzh that up to the closing part of the eye, the upper lid, and we're almost going to give it a wing up there. Okay, now that I've put it on, it is starting to become a little patchy, but I think we're going to have to do the same thing that we did with the yellow and the green, and we're just going to have to reapply until we've got the right concentration of pigment on the eye. Let's grab that MAC brush, the fluffy one, and let's buff this bottom bit into the eye. And then this bit in the middle, the blue and the green, we can maybe get them to marry up and look nicely blended. Okay, let's windscreen wiper this bit over here. And I said I didn't want to combine the blue and the red to make purple, but unfortunately it's happening again. I always seem to go towards a more purple look, but I did try today. We are getting a more colourful look. And the eyeshadows are performing. They may not be performing the best I've ever seen, but they are still on the eye, and I've still got pigment, which is lovely. Okay, let's grab that red shade again. We're going to go into... Let's go into the darker one again up here. This one is No Regrets. And we're just going to deepen the outer corner so that it marries with that blue that's coming through now. It is going to have a liner on it, so don't worry. We are going to make this look beautiful. But for the time being, like, that's a cute eye look. No, I am actually very impressed with myself. Well done, Dana. And you've used something other than purple for once. The majority of it is a reddy purple, but you've got pops of colour in there, Dana. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud. Let's grab a little Bedelium Tools 785 brush and just buff that colour in. Make sure everything is cohesive. Yeah, that blue just does not want to blend. We've used the brush that will sort everything out, and we're using the little Bedelium now, but it's just not liking it. Oh well. Let's grab the pressed glitter now, the little silver moment. That one is Love Bomb. Now I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to just swirl it in the product. Yep, that is gorgeous. And now we're just going to pop this onto the top of the eye in the center of the lid. There it is. Straight away. We're just going to tap it on. Now these shades are always hard to blend out because now that I've got that on the eye, what do? I'm just going to have to go back in with the colours that I had and just buff around it. Okay. Where's the yellow brush? Here it is. Oh, that yellow pigment mixing with the glitter is not cool. Yeah, no, that's not great at all, is it? And this glitter's going everywhere. It looked lovely when we were first applying it, but now it's just slowly chipping away at the look, isn't it? Green. Oh, green was on the same as blue, wasn't it? And now I've got glitter on my... Like, on the lid itself, that's quite beautiful, isn't it? But let's grab a flat brush. Let's grab the MAC 239S. And let's go in with this colour that I liked at the beginning, the kind of holographic one, which is called Ghosted. How apt. Let's try and tap this on top of the glitter. Yeah, that's better. I like that. And we're just going to gently buff it into the colours that we've got going on there. This one is blending really nicely with the pigments. This is what I should have done. What I should have done is put this colour on first and then gone in with the glitter on the top. But me being me, I saw the glitter and I was like, yep, let's go for that. Grab the other brushes, buff it in. Yellow. It's still cute though. I still maintain that this look is cute. Right, let me just do the other eye off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I've finished both eyes, as you can see. Let's bring you in a little closer. Come on camera. There we go. So as you can see, the eyeshadows have enough pigment on them to actually go onto the eye. That yellow one, maybe not. It's coming out more of a sunflower yellow than the yellow that was promised in the palette. Let's look at the yellow itself. This one here. Can you see? Yeah, that one. Doesn't look like that on the eyes, does it? The colours themselves are a bit not as vibrant as I want them to be, but I think it's a nice look. It combines a lot of the colours that we've got in that lower quadrant of the palette, and I did use the brown from the upper part and I did use the red and more pinky shades as well. The blue not blending into the pink up there is starting to annoy me, but we'll figure it out later on. I'm going to chuck on some mascara, some eyeliner and some lashes. That will probably help the look out quite a lot. And then I will do my brows off camera as well. All right, the lashes are on. I put some mascara on and I put a little bit of eyeliner just on the middle. I didn't do a wing today because I think it would just detract from the look. The eyebrows were done from this shade here in the palette, this brown. This one is Makeout Sesh. I mean, okay. Overall, this palette is... it's alright, the colours are there, but I did expect a little bit more from this. So, let's do a little lip and we'll get into my final thoughts. Okay, this is the look completed. I have just popped on a lip. I used the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Nudes Volume 2 and I used Family Jewels, which is this one here, and then I put a little bit of I'm Nude on the middle and blended that out. All we need now to finish the look off is some Revolution Sports Fix setting spray. Let's give it a little zhuzh. Ooh. And now that we are drenched, let's just dry it off. Oh, and we forgot one more thing, highlighter. Let's go back into the palette and let's grab this white one down here. Comes off on the brush nicely. And let's just on the cheek. Yeah. That's a great shade, I like that. It's almost pinky as well. Okay, and we'll get into some final thoughts. So, starting off with the foundation and the concealer. The foundation is a lovely coverage. It is buildable and it will go on as a medium coverage, but don't be hesitant to just slap it on, puff it all around, and then look at any problem areas that you have. Maybe you need a little bit more coverage on the cheek area or on the chin, or where I have it on the facial hair area. You can just slap some more on, buff it in and it does look very beautiful. The concealer is a very thick consistency, so be very sparingly about using it around your eye area and around the rest of the face, because you don't want to put too much on and look a bit cakey. The under eyes do look very nice. Let's see if I can zoom you right in. Here you come. So as you can see on the under eye, it does look very nice. There's not a lot of creasing going on with the eye. The finish of the skin is very nice, actually. I'm very impressed. Let's move on to the eyeshadow palette. Now, as you can see, we have had a fair amount of colours on the eye. We used the lovely yellow that wasn't as vibrant as I thought it would be, but the red is lovely. The blue and the green work well, but the glitter on the eye, that's where I think we had a bit of a problem. The silver underneath does help it a lot, but the glitter just goes everywhere, absolutely everywhere. That last shade that we used for the highlight is beautiful. The brown for the brows, maybe a little bit too dark, but I think it works with the look. Let's zoom you out. Ooh, there you are. Okay, so overall, I think the palette is very pretty for what you are getting. Let's grab her. So the 39L Hit the Lights, you are getting 5 palettes in one. You are getting 4 8-pan palettes in there, and then you're getting a row in the middle from Morphe of their shimmers. The eyeshadows are nice. They blend relatively well. We did have a problem with the blue not blending well into the red, but it sorted itself out by the end. The shimmers are absolutely gorgeous, but for me, I think I'm gonna steer clear of this shiny glitter because I just don't like how it's gone everywhere. This is the problem with glitter. You'll put it on one area and then it'll be like, hi, you wanted me all over your face. Yep, in your hairline, lovely. In your teeth, great. There's just a lot going on. It's all around my lip, it's on here, it's in the eye itself, and then for some reason I managed to grab some and put it right into my hair, so that's going to be there for a while. But oh wow. I'd say that I didn't dislike any of these products. I am going to have to wear them a couple more times just to make sure that I have been using them properly. But I think this look is beautiful, actually. And I think that's it for today's video. If you did enjoy the process, however long it may be in the editing stage that I've got it down to, please give this video a lovely thumbs up down below. It helps me out. And if you haven't already, please do become a member of the house and subscribe to the channel. Ring that notification bell as well, because then you'll be notified when I post new content. I have enjoyed my time today. Some of it has been a little frustrating, and I'm just going to take you out into the sunlight and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, let's look at the skin in daylight, shall we? It does look very nice. I do have a couple of patches here and here on the nose where it's starting to come off, but apart from that, I think the look looks lovely. The eyeshadow is wonderful. Don't mind the application of the glitter because we all know how glitter goes, but I think I'm gonna keep testing this over the next couple of months and see if I can perfect the application and the longevity of this face. But overall, it looks good so far. Thank you very much for joining me. Take care and stay tuned.